Hey there, everyone. Josh Crowfoot here, Crowfoot Law Firm in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm a commercial real estate lawyer, and we're here on day 24 of Commercial Real Estate 101. Today, we're going to be talking about assignment of the purchase and sale agreement. This is a provision that, as a buyer, you want to make sure is included in the purchase and sale agreement. When you're reviewing a contract, if one is provided by the seller, this provision is usually located toward the end, and it's a really important right for the buyer, not so much for the seller. On the buyer side, it's pretty commonplace for the legal entity that gets the property under contract to not be the same entity that ends up taking title to the property at closing. So you might have a legal entity that's established, that has a track record, that has the money that it uses to get the property under contract. But then just before closing, the buyer will assign the contract to the new legal entity to mitigate risk. Meaning if something goes wrong with the closing, they want to make sure that the new entity is on the hook as opposed to the more established entity. If you can negotiate that, that's great. Savvy sellers will usually push back on any sort of assignment provision that passes on all liability to the new entity, primarily because that new entity has no assets. So usually they will negotiate a clause that basically says, yes, buyer, you can assign this contract, but you're still going to be on the hook for all legal duties and obligations. And that's pretty customary. And what that does is it allows the property to be assigned just before closing, it allows the contract to be assigned just before closing, and then a new legal entity can take ownership at closing. And this is advantageous because typically real estate investors don't want one entity to own every single parcel of commercial real estate. Case being that if something goes wrong with the lease on any of those given properties and then sues the landlord, all of the landlord's property could be subject to that lawsuit as opposed to just that specific property that is the subject of that tenant's complaint. I hope you learned something new. Take care.